right here, Buzz TV. Fun Webiview. All the way from Italy, we got the Maension. How you guys doing today?
Doing great. How you doing, man?
Oh, life is good. So the first thing, let's introduce yourselves, and so they know who we're talking to. So who are you, and what do you do in the band?
Mark Maension. I'm the singer and guitarist and songwriter of Maension.
I'm Sky Maension, guitarist for the Maension.
Very nice. Now, we see you guys are in the middle of an amazingly long tour at the moment. Where's this thing taking you guys?
It's basically, we call it 12 in 12. It's a 12 months long tour, non-stop for 1 year in 12 countries. Now, we actually started with 12, but we got 13 so far, so we kind of went overboard with that.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with doing more than what you planned. Now, you're in Italy at the moment. Where are you going next?
Basically, this is month number 3. We just finished coast to coast for 2 months from Hollywood all the way to New York. It was last gig a week ago. And then we're in Italy. We got a couple gigs in Italy, one in Naples, one in Genoa. Then we go Austria, Slovakia, Slovenia, Poland, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, UK, Switzerland. It's a long trip.
Yeah, but that's good because the world gets to see this great band. Unfortunately, we missed you in your little adventure across the states, but that just means we're definitely going to catch you when you get back sometime and do a full-blown segment on you. Let's talk about the album. We have a CD that you're pushing. Tell me about it. How many tracks are on this thing?
New album is called Evolution, and it's a 9-track CD. And so far, the album, we only sell it at the concerts or online directly from us. It's not up for streaming. But we do have 3 singles and 3 videos that are out, and so if you are one of those people that just want to stream, you can stream the 3 singles. But as I say, the album is gonna come out very soon. We are talking to a few record labels and trying to, before we move on to the next album, we want to make sure that we properly promote this album with the proper budget. So for now, we're just putting the sweat and work and doing the world as best as we can. And
if I want to buy it right now, where do I find it?
Go on www.maension.com. It's a weird spelling. It's THEMAENSION.com, and you can buy the download card directly from us. We'll autograph it, send it to you by mail, and you will buy it.
Perfect. Now, if you're watching this from our Buzz TV app on your phone, click over to the website. The link's right down here. Just click it. It's going to take you right there, and you can get this album. Now, from a playing perspective and writing, how much of that is a group effort? How much of that comes, from the singer bringing stuff in? How do you guys work? All him, huh?
Yeah. Well, I always believe that, Mozart or Chopin didn't need somebody else to write parts for him, you know what I mean? Now, not that I am Mozart myself, or I want to compare to those great writers, but, I think that when you write as a group, you have inferior music. I'm a strong believer of that. I think that you dilute a vision from an artist. When if you are a person like me, that you are very, very inspired, I create constantly. I have a very specific vision of originality at all costs. So when I sit down and write, every instrument is following that vision. If I have to do a jam session with somebody else, even my own writing, my own singing, my own guitar writing, is not the same. It's a lot simpler, it's a lot really diluted. So, and plus it makes it a lot easier because we go through a lot of people.
Well, I understand that. Until you get a certain lineup that's locked in, I could see how, when you have a vision for certain things, you need to follow it. Now, here's a question. You've played across the U.S. and you're bouncing around, the rest of the world. How would you say the crowds and the shows in the U.S. differ from maybe the crowds and shows in Europe?
I have to say that I haven't found that much of a difference in a sense. I mean, maybe LA usually, the biggest difference is it's not even between Europe and US. The biggest difference is between the big cities and small cities. Big cities, they tend to be more calm, especially cities like Los Angeles, cities where there's so much going on, everybody is in a band or is an actor, nobody gives a shit. But the small towns, whether they are in Italy, in UK, or in Oregon, or Nevada, whatever, people are really excited, really enjoy the fact that you are from another place, and you can buy in a small bar, in a small venue, and you can play venues, for these people that don't have that much of an alternative. So we are always happy to play in small towns better than New York or Los Angeles or Berlin.
That's great because that's a perspective I've really never heard, and I like it. It just shows that there are people out there that really do love to come to the shows, and it's not always just about the big markets, and people always think, oh, it's the big markets, that's where you have to be. And you just proved the point, that's not it. If you're good...
It's a different, it's a different, you gotta know, you gotta have the right expectations, and good luck with that. Musicians don't have the right expectations almost ever.
Well, I think a lot of it might be is, when it comes to booking certain things, if you're just hiring some random guy that you've never met to book you, you're probably going to end up in some weird places versus, there are ways to do your homework, but that's just, a whole different point of what I tell people.
The big numbers, you get them when you have an investment machine behind you. Of course, getting on the radio, getting on big magazines, really all it takes is just money. So whether you have it or you have a label behind it, then you get big crowds. But you gotta work up to that. You gotta be patient and just enjoy the ride.
There you go. So let me ask both of you, because this will be a two-part question, and I'm pretty sure you get this all the time. Traveling with the band and a bunch of guys. What's that all about? Are they courteous, or are they just a bunch of guys?
Well, as I said, we've gone through a few lineups. Right now we're very comfortable. At least in US we have a huge tour bus, which is a luxury.
Right.
We're basically homeless. We don't have a home anymore. We don't have a car. But we are homeless by choice because we tour and it makes no sense to have a house. So we bought this huge ass tour bus, which is awesome. We have our bedrooms, kitchen, shower. We're totally spoiled. I have friends in bands that are signed with major labels and they don't have vehicle like cars. So in Europe, we don't have that much of a luxury. We have a band just like everybody else. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's really about enjoying the small things. And to go back to your question, yeah, we had a lot of whiny people, I'm not comfortable. You know what? Go back home, man. The music industry is not for you.
Oh, exactly. But it's nice that you actually have a bus, and I won't say you're homeless. You're just free to bring your home wherever you choose to go.
That's the way I look at it. I have my music, and I had people around me that I love, and you know what? It's so liberating. In the last 3 months, we've gone from Hollywood to Texas to the small town, in Florida, then to New York, and then we are in Italy. Next month we're in London. You know what? I love my life, and of course you can always get better and bigger and more, but I enjoy what we have, and it's great. Keep going.
Well, you guys did it right. A lot of people want the fame and they want to get paid, but they really don't want to put the investment in. And you guys, you invested in yourself instead of worrying about having a quote-unquote home or a home base. You did what works for you, and you got the bus. You're more than comfortable. You can go where you want, do what you want. You're tied to nothing, and that just shows how dedicated you truly are versus, you've seen a lot of these bands. I'm in a band, and they expect the heavens to part and the sun to fall upon them, and it's like, no, you got to do a lot of work. And I've gone out with some bands, and a Ford Fairline is not the most comfortable thing to cruise the country in. So I'm actually, like a lot of your friends, a little jealous of what you have going there.
Well, we did this is our fourth tour that we do here in Europe, and the first tour we did by train. fucking train, dude.
Mm.
Second one, rental car, then van. Now we still got the van here in Europe, and it's not the most comfortable. But the point is, you work your way up to something. You know, we did all kinds of sacrifice. We go like we don't go 100%. We go like 1,000%. And most musicians, even in previous lineups, they just don't have. They might have some degree of talent, but they don't understand it's the character, it's the strength of heart and motivation that makes you really stand. It's not just okay, you can play the guitar, but whatever.
Well, you got to want it, and that's the biggest thing. And if you want it, you're going to live and bleed it. And if you don't want it, people are going to see that you're just there to be there. And I don't have time for that either.
Exactly. Yeah, nobody wants to work with a bunch of whiners with issues of how do you say, you know, expectations, all these dreams. Oh man, I hate those dreams.
Well, again, it's they're living off the MTV generation of what they think a quote-unquote rock star is, and there are no rock stars anymore. That day's long past where everyone's making tons of money. I mean, you don't play arenas. Everyone is not playing 10,000 plus seaters, so it's hard to make a buck, and you have to go into this. And the biggest thing that we like telling young kids that are getting into it, the most important rule: don't quit your day job, because it's a crapshoot if you're going to get anywhere. And if you're that dedicated, you'll know. But you got to really put into it to get something out. The days of I recorded something in my garage and tomorrow I'm a superstar. That day's like 25 years past.
I mean, hopefully they will come back to a degree. I do believe that we have all the tools in the digital world to pay the bands and the musicians and the record label. I mean, I was very surprised that the music industry was so unorganized to let all these things happen. But, you know, it's a digital world. It's so easy to track everything. We're spied on every single move that we do. How they don't know? Come on, just get your shit together, music industry, and you know, pass some laws and get the money back.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. They weren't prepared for the digital age. They really didn't know how to monetize the digital age, and they're still really not there. I mean, you look at, you know, some places like Spotify and the other places that'll play your music. You'll get, you know, 100,000 hits and a check for $7. And it's like, come on, you know, somebody's getting paid, and you have to trickle it down to the artist, you know.
We put the singles on Spotify, but we didn't put the full album. Because at the end of the day, you know what? We actually don't give anything for free. I mean, as a matter of fact, if you want our CD and you don't want to pay $7, then I don't give a shit. I'm not going to give it to you. Because I don't believe it's also a matter of energy, a matter of I give you love, you give me love.
Well,
you know? I give you love and for free, and then you give me nothing.
Well,
I don't need your acceptance of my music. You know, I do it for passion. I don't get rich. But you know, if you can't appreciate that, then that's fine. Just go back to listening to Justin Bieber. You know?
Well, you know, a lot of it really comes down to retraining the audience in the market. You got a generation of kids that grew up with these share services. So that's, unfortunately, from a young age, that's what they knew, was pirating music. As they're getting older, they're getting clued into what really goes on, and it does affect the artist. It's not like, oh, I just stole a song. $7 for an album. Go to the store and try to buy an album for $7. So, you know, it's definitely not something that's going to kill you.
I mean, in America, what, an album is what, $10, $12?
Exactly. You know.
So in Europe, it's like $20, $25. In Japan, it's like $40. And you know what? They still buy it. I mean, it's just a matter. I mean, even $15. What is it? I mean, in LA, it's a drink, or maybe two at the most.
It's a drink. It's a drink in LA. In Vegas, it's not even a drink. $15.
That's what I'm saying. Is like how many? I mean, it's just 2 freaking Starbucks lattes. So, and you know, I mean, you drink I love beer, but you drink 2 beers and you piss them up an hour later. You buy a CD, that's for life. So for me, I don't buy. For me, even if it was $50, it would still be worth it. Of course, you're not gonna buy every CD. Yeah, you're still gonna, you know, find a way to pirate some of them, that's fine. It's all good. It's always existed. Probably always exists. But at the end of the day, why should you get anything for free? It takes away also for the audience, because then everybody complains that there's nobody like, Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or whatever. I mean, of course there is.
Well, as I said, I think it's just retraining people, letting them understand and truly get what pirating does. It's not you're screwing the label. Label's going to get paid either way. They're making their money. It's guys like you and everyone else. Making an album isn't free. Studio time's not free. Getting copies made's not free. So there's a cost to the artist just to get their music out to the public, especially when you don't have a label behind you and it's all coming out of your pocket. So, I really believe it's training the kids today. If you just want a single, fine, you could get it so many ways. If it's iTunes or this one or that one, you spend the buck, whatever, for the single. But again, as long as you're paying, because I believe the same thing. It's not like I could go to the Ferrari dealer and say, hey, I'm cool. Let me have the blue one. It doesn't work like that.
I think that, I hear what you say about training the audience, and it is true definitely to a degree. But you see, if there was a way to get groceries for free, there's no way nobody would pay for them. I mean, I would pay for them. I'll go in there and get steaks every day. The problem is that you cannot beat free. And the thing is, there is the way to really do a favor to everybody, including the audience, because everybody wants good music, and good music needs budget, because that's the way it is to pass the right laws. There's no reason why Spotify should not be allowed to exist, for example, just because there are laws. There's laws like copyrights. All these laws need to be passed, because if you give a kid or an adult the ability to listen to their music for free, they're always gonna do that.
Well,
they're always gonna do that. They should not have that ability.
You're right. And there's always ways to get a piece of equipment to rip it. Even if you can't download it, you're right. There's always going to be a way to steal something, and there should be laws. There should be just simple protections that help an artist. So I definitely understand that one. I don't know what'll happen, because my country's pretty weird about that. As long as someone's getting paid, it seems like the rich get richer, the poor get screwed, and
yeah, that's a story of I think it's always been like that. There's middle class never existed. I don't think it existed 2,000 years ago or 500 years ago. Not in Europe, not in America. Dude, it's a joke. Middle class, it's never existed.
No.
They happen to make more money, and we are, and we live. That's why music is so important, because you gotta enjoy the little things in life. You know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely do.
Get your beer or whatever gets you going, and have a good time. Fuck the reach. You don't need to think about that.
That's true. So let me end this with the question we really love to end things with. What would be the most important thing about the Maension that we might have left out that they need to know?
Well, we one of those bands that really strives to be original. Not many bands have that goal. They want to sound like the Retraining, because that's what's going on in metal these days, and that's what it sound like. We are one of those bands that puts extreme attention to every detail of what we do. And, if you are into that kind of thing, and you like products that it's not just a product, but there's soul and heart, give it a listen. You might just discover a great band.
Well, there you go. So, click the link down there. There'll be the Facebook link. There'll be a place to their site where you can buy the music. But the most important thing is listen to the Maension. Once you hear them, you're going to hear what we heard. And that's a great band with some kick-ass music, and they're going to hook you. Now, if you're somewhere in Europe, definitely check out their dates, because, let's see, how many more countries do you have? At least, what, 9?
Yeah, Italy is the first one that we're doing, and we will be back also in US. June 23rd, gonna do another coast to coast. We'll go to Canada. We'll come by to say hi in Vegas. So we're on tour all the time. So just go on our website, click on tour, see when we're gonna be in your town, and come say hi. Talk to me, new people.
Definitely, and there you go. So for myself, for the Maension, for Buzz TV, for Italy, We're out of here, guys. See ya.
Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.